probably left already. Like, all right, wrap it up. The dueler. Tell him how you spell my name, please. Please spell properly. All one word.
Liar. By the way, guys, we're all wrapped up for today.
That was my devious little trick there.
Yeah, for sure.
We're back again.
We lost like 30 viewers.
We're just going to do a whole nother tournament. We're back again. You guys ready for
Hey,
a
guys!
whole nother set?
Hey, Keitaro here. Hey!
Hey. Yeah, so for those of you still hanging around, that basically was my fault. I was under the impression that it was just kind of like a quick burst interview, but because there's 4 teams, you know, they informed me like, no, we got to get a representative from the teams that are here.
Yep, because this is a new format after all.
Yes.
By the way, guys, I'm Dueler from Crossfire Gaming. Nice to see you guys.
Yes.
Thanks for watching the stream, by the way. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
UTO, right? That's
Yep.
definitely one of your
Yeah, I mean, I TO not only Long Island stuff. I'm also head TO for Smash 4 at Apex. I do TOing for biggie gaming events such as Summer Jam, Winter Brawl, and NEC. And we are also doing East Coast Throwdown and Defending North.
That's sick.
So,
and
yeah.
I'm going to see you hopefully in at least half of those. So
Yeah, I mean, you should.
so,
Usually come through for everything.
But yeah,
But today was fun.
let's talk about the 4 and 4.
Yeah,
First of all, how did you feel, you know, kind of like
So-
dipping into this new format?
Yeah, so coming into this, it was like, it was something weird, you know, like 4v4. And I remember before, like right when the game came out, a bunch of us went to a friend's house. And it was a bunch of us from Long Island and New Jersey, such as Nakat, Keitaro, False, and Nairo. They showed up, and it was myself, DK Will, The Buzz, and I believe Vinny was there as well.
It's a fun party bag.
It was. It was right before. It was right when Smash 4 came out, and a friend of ours, the Nintendo representative, he invited us to his house on release. We got a chance to play in his big projector. It was cool. But we did a 4v4, and the 4v4 we tried out was stock, you know. And the problem with that is that once a player loses his stocks, it becomes like a steamroll situation, you know. So when Wes approached me and told me about this event, I was interested, especially the fact that it was timed. So a little skeptical coming in at first, but overall it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, and
Sweet.
the only thing that I didn't like was the scoring system. That was one thing that was hard to deal with. In the example of Crossfire versus ECW, we were up 15-0 by the half, and they worked so hard to try to catch up and clean that up, and the last 2 rounds winded up being sudden death, and they weren't rewarded for that, you know. So it's hard to make up that the differential, you know, like it's just hard to make that comeback. So something I suggested after talking with my team to Wes was making it more like a best out of 3 or best out of 5. But now you think, well, what about timer and sudden death? What do you do about that? The idea for that, an idea we came up for, is doing a champion thing. So each team picks a champion. They do a 1-stock battle for 3 minutes, and that would decide the winner. So
But that takes. I feel like the whole entire theme to me has to stay team based.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why I wouldn't see like,
that would
let's decide everything through a 1-on-1.
Right, but no, but that's after the match is over in like an overtime situation in a sudden death, you know, format. But like, there's so many times that there's not a sudden death that it doesn't have to come into play. So it's definitely a fun format for sure. I suggest people trying it out.
But see, that's the beauty about new things is that like there's absolutely nothing implied as to like what is set in stone or not.
Yeah.
You know, this is everything is up for revision. Everything is up for improvement. The whole entire aspect about this is for people to watch and maybe get their minds changed. Like at first I came in like, but when I saw it, I was like, oh, okay, I get why I should like this.
Absolutely.
And then,
Being a part of it and actually playing in the event was so much fun. Like, it was intense, fast pace, and like it brings a whole new meta to the format because you're not. It's not doubles. It's not singles. Like it's a whole team. There's always four players
war.
on.
It's war.
It is a war. You know, it's always four players on this field at the same time. Always 8 players. So you always have to worry about spacing from your teammates. You know, all these different aspects. This is a format that can catch on fire and light up the sky, man.
On an esports front, like
Yes.
that way you can actually
Yes.
market teams.
Yes.
Structure that, because that's what, honestly, at the end of the day, that's what people love is teams.
Yes, I agree. Because teams is a fun format because it's a whole new thought process to it. So I really think that this format, with some fine tuning, has a lot of potential, and I think that a
I'm
lot
right
of
there
people are
with
going to
you.
have fun. I think people are going to have a lot of fun. So I suggested trying out with your friends at home. Try the best out of 5. Try what I suggested. Try different things. Think of stuff. Tweet out at SOS Gamers.
Exactly. Hey,
you know?
I have an idea, and then we could look at it and be like, that actually might be something we mull over.
Exactly.
So, you know,
tweet
we're
us out,
relying
man.
on the community to help us.
Exactly.
The whole point is, you guys, if you're interested in it, you know, pitch forth.
And
This is a community effort.
That's what the Smash community has always been. It's always been a community effort. Ever since days of old, man. We're going back to 64, to Melee, you know, to Brawl. We didn't explode only in the past few years, but we've been around since 1999.
Yeah.
And since 1999, the competitive scene has always backed each other up. And even now, we need to back each other up, guys.
Yeah,
so definitely try it out. Give it a chance. It's a lot of fun, I promise you guys. I mean, like, again, also seeing the score of like 10-0, 20-0, 30-0, 42-0, it's devastating, dude.
But
devastating.
You know what I say to that?
What?
Welcome to sports, because when you're playing, you could choose any typical high-scoring team. Let's say football.
Yeah.
You know what it's like to be like 24-0, even though that's just of like a few goals away. It's like, damn,
It's
we're
still
like
hard,
we're
yeah.
back.
Yeah,
we're
but-
backed up. So like that's the whole. I think that the whole angle that we're trying to merge is taking like a sports level format and fitting it into this game.
I think the next time, though, we should try a best of 3 and a best of 5 scenario. I feel that the community would accept it more, and I think that's what you guys would like.
Well, let's see where this grows. We could end up doing that. Maybe trying something maybe entirely new that we probably can't think of at the moment. But
Again, guys, tweet out at SOS Gamers Inc. Is it SOS Gamers Inc.?
SOS Gamers Inc.
All right, tweet them out, guys, and, you know, give your suggestions. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, please. But be constructive on your criticism. Don't be like, oh, it's trash. No one wants to hear that. Be constructive, guys. Tell us you enjoyed it. Tell us you enjoyed it, and tell us why. All right?
Exactly.
We're going to have to wrap this up because it is late. So thank you for having me.
Yes.
Dyer, always a pleasure, man.
Thank you for
I will
coming.
See you soon.
Thank you for being
Anytime,
interested.
guys. Always. I will always support you guys. And you
Awesome.
guys support me, I'll support you guys. And that's
the
what the
way it
community is
works.
about, guys. Support each other, all right? Don't fight against each other. Support each other. Have a
Exactly.
great night, guys.
Take it easy, guys.
Later, man.
I keep forgetting. Oh, wait, who? Oh, Dr. Eggplant. Dr. Eggplant, come on. You interview him. You interview him, please. You interview him. Not fucking it up. So it makes it a little more. It's gonna be great. Games. I was like looking somewhere. No, it's alright. I'm sure it is. That's not even bad. We gotta get some games done. So you can just
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I love that.
Are you gonna next?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we'll be playing.
Xenix, S-E-N-I-K-S. Yeah, I know. S-E-N-I-K-S. Sounds great.
Yeah, Senix Smash. Hold on. Give me 1 sec. I think I have an underscore there somewhere. .org. The same as the other guys. That's fine. That's all we need. Oh, okay. Yeah, Senix Smash.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up?
This is Senix. This is Dr. Eggplant.
Yeah, we could just act like we've never met each other.
Yeah, I know this guy like
Yeah.
for way too long.
So-
What do you think about the event?
All right, so it was pretty fun stuff. Me and my team definitely enjoyed it. I can't lie, was a little bit disappointed that we didn't do a little bit better, but you know, we still had fun with the event. And hey, it's a new format, so good to try something different.
Yeah, I noticed your nest was going really crazy with the back throws and the headbutts. There was this one match I saw you doing 2 back throws in a row. You killed 2 guys, and then you came up with an up air with your head, and I was just like, oh, yes. So good. So satisfying.
Yeah, I remember a moment like that. I think like after I got the 2 back throws, somebody like threw me off or something, and then they were like expecting to get a hard punish, and I was like, no, I'm just gonna come back with this up air.
So what do you think about the way the format was ran and the rules and whatnot?
Well, let's see. I already brought this up to Wes, and I think some people on the other teams brought this up, that the point system feels a little bit weird. So I think that could definitely use some adjusting.
Okay.
You know, it kind of just has a weird feel to it because in almost every game you're going to have one team that's going to end up with basically, you know, negative points.
Yeah.
And then you're going to have one team that's going to end up with positive points. It's very rare that you would have both teams with positive points. So when one team sees, you know, that they had 14-0, it could feel kind of discouraging.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the wins don't mean as much as the points that you accumulate afterwards. So when you take that in consideration with, you know, all the quarters in mind, and you pretty much do your best to try to figure out like the point accumulation with them. I think we've done pretty good with what we have, but there's always room for improvement.
Yeah,
you know?
taking a look at the positive, though, because I don't know, I guess you made your question like a little bit broad, and sorry that the first thing I went to is a negative, but looking at the positive, though, there's a lot of cool stuff that's possible in 4v4 that you wouldn't see in, you know, singles or 2v2. Like you already saw, aside from just getting those back throws in a row, I got like 2 or 3 kills in one at a couple of points with PK Thunder, too, with Ness, so that's always fun.
Oh, yeah, man. Getting
And
kills is always good.
And then we got my boy Valhalla with Robin. He didn't get as many Thorons off as I would like, but I think at one point he got a couple of people with Thoron.
How do you, speaking of your teammates, how do you feel the cooperation was? Like, me personally, because I was up there refereeing you guys, I noticed that when you guys talked a little more, you tend to do way better than if you guys were just quiet. The communication was very key in this.
Yeah, it definitely helps. I think some of them, even in doubles, were not that used to communicating with each other. And sometimes you can have great teamwork with somebody in doubles without saying anything to them, and you just, you know what they want to do. You just have sort of that intuition for how to coordinate with your teammate. But communicating, especially in something like a 4v4 with so much going on, I think it's even more important than communicating in doubles. Because in doubles, it's very easy to keep track of both your percentages for your team, and then it's pretty easy to keep track of the percentages for the other team. 4v4, it can get really tough keeping track of the percentages for everyone on top of everything that's going on the screen. So I think it was pretty useful hearing from some teammates when like one of our opponents was at high percent. Because, you know, obviously the information is there for everyone to see, but it could still
be crazy.
Yeah, it could still be really hard to notice. So if one of my teammates was pointing out like, oh, hey, Cloud's about to die, or like Greninja's about to die, that was definitely a big help because, you know, that one person looking at the percentages was just able to save everyone else the trouble of, you know, having to look through those percentages. And, you know, you don't want to spend the time looking through those percentages because you could be dying at that moment.
What's gonna work? Teamwork.
Okay.
No, but honestly, like I think this event was run very well. I thought that you know, things were going to be a little more chaotic than they were, but those last 2 teams that played were just amazingly really close to each other. It was a tight battle. It was really fun to watch. Very hype, and you could start to break down how the meta would look in the future, because the more it progressed, the more you saw more teamwork, more strategies involving like multiple people, which I thought was pretty cool. And it'd be really cool to see like the meta develop in a way where one person throws the opponent, so they're like wolves pretty much, their team behind them, and then they do like some crazy jab setups. That'd be pretty awesome to see.
Yeah, definitely. And from the other teams, you saw some great setups too. So definitely like things you wouldn't get to see too often in doubles or singles, you know, you'll get to see in 4v4. And speaking of, I would have loved to bring out the king
DDD?
Yes, I would have loved to bring out a DDD, but I was a little bit unsure about it because we were going up against one team, for example, with 2 Greninjas, a Pac-Man, and a Toon Link, and DDD struggles very hard with all those characters
But
in 1v1.
he could hit hard. I mean, that's
Yeah.
what matters the most.
But
there.
I do think that that's one good example of a character that's going to have a lot more use in 4v4. I just
Yes.
think against that team, I still think in the future I might not want to bring it out against a team like that with 2 Greninjas, a Pac-Man, and a Toon Link. But against certain other teams where maybe you only have like one character with really strong projectiles to deal with, DDD could be a lot more viable. Especially since, his slow moves that get beat out by fast characters normally, you can be just a big opportunist in 4v4.
Well, see, certain characters like that can shine, and the same thing that we saw with the Shulk that was playing before, he was doing amazing. He was like the MVP of the whole tournament, even though his team lost. But yeah.
So maybe looking at how Shulk was playing, maybe that's a similar way to how I would have been able to use DDD. But I don't know. Shulk's range is better than DDD.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Shulk has a few tools he can use that DDD doesn't quite have.
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely hoping we could see more characters play. But, thank you so much, David, for
All
coming
right.
through.
It's
Dr.
been good.
Eggplant.
All right,
All right.
enjoy, guys.
Yeah, I'm
And
going to
you
have
can
Wes
follow
come
us
through.
on. You can follow me, I guess, on Dr. Eggplant FGC. You got it up there. And someone asked for my crew's Twitter, so I'm guessing, hopefully some people have gotten it. We're pretty new. We're just starting out, but hey, we're gonna be, doing stuff in Smash, doing stuff in Overwatch too.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
All right, I'm back, guys. We'll keep this real short and sweet. Once again, we thank everyone for coming out, all the sponsors, the venue for being donated to us, and yeah, that's about it. I guess the final and last special announcement we would like to make is that we plan on having, or rather launching our season, our first Gauntlet season around about late summer, early fall. So it's pretty interesting. So we're going to be reaching out to a bunch of venue owners and TOs to help us with this endeavor. So yeah, it's going to be very hype. Hope you guys join us for this ride. And we thank you guys for coming on this ride today. And
Very
that's
hype.
about it. Any last words you would like to say?
Yeah, I mean, I want to see more of this. I thought it was pretty hype. I like the grand final set, how close it was, and I think that this can showcase a lot of skill for players that otherwise wouldn't be able to showcase it because of their characters.
Yeah. All right, so that's about it. This is Antoine Lewis Hall, a.k.a. Wes, signing out.
And this is Senix signing out. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in.
Take care.